You want me to start? Hello, everyone. Welcome to South Florida Magic's first 1K. My name is Adam Asher.
And I'm Brittany Smith.
Welcome. It's going to be a standard 1K. Right now, the players' meeting is going on right now. And we got a lot of people here. What is it, 78 players today?
78, 79. One of the two.
Yeah, 78, 79 players today. We'll be featuring as many matches as possible. So it's going to be a Swiss with 7 rounds. And
yeah, we had to bump to 7. We were planned for 6, but, you know, too many people like that Thrag Tusk party.
Thrag Tusk party. So 7 rounds of Swiss with a cut to top 8. And first prize is $400 and a super cool, unique playmat from South Florida Magic.
Yep, and depending on if Dave fixed it, second place is either $200 or 200 minutes with Nick Fiola.
Oh man, I guess that's up
hopefully,
to them.
Hopefully the sooner, not the latter, because...
Excellent. And then, yeah, it pays out to the top 8.
Yep.
So,
we're going to have 100 to 3rd and 4th, and I believe 50 to 5th through 8th.
Yep. Right now, the players' meeting is going on right now, so I guess we'll just talk to you guys for a little bit until it happens.
What are you excited to see here today?
Hopefully not too many Thrag Tusks, but I feel like there's going to be a lot.
There's going to be, if there's one Thrag Tusk, it's a play set. So let's see how many, I don't know how many Bant decks we have going on here. I don't see how many.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of Jasons.
Aggro, but
Green-white aggro I think is going to be really big. Azorius aggro, Bant control, Jun min-range.
4-color Reanimator.
I wonder if there'll be, I'm curious to see if there'll be a lot of Frights decks going on.
I think so. 4-color Reanimator has done a good job on the tournament scene so far. I know when it first came out, people were like, wow, 4 colors, how are you going to make that work? We don't have the mana base for it yet, but people forget, we still have your Hinterland Harbors, we still have your Sun Petal Groves, we still have your Drowned Catacombs, we have those off-color lands available to us. They're not in Shockland form, but quite honestly, you're not going to be playing it first, and you have so many opportunities to have a Plains or an Islands or a Mountain out that it doesn't really matter right now.
I would agree, and the best thing about all those lands that you just mentioned is that the Shock lands lets them come into play untapped.
That's why.
So they could do those turn 4 Unburial Rights, unless they're playing Mana Dice, which could be turn 3s. We could be seeing some turn 3 Angel Serenities.
We could. I'm excited for it. We all know that for those of us who have been paying attention to my going-ons, I'm really excited for when Bug is going to be the new thing come Gatecrash.
Yes.
I think that's going to be the hot tech. That's what I'm saving up for. As Thomas Haig would say, that's spicy tech. That's spicy tech.
I like spicy tech.
But, yeah, I think for now, I really think, especially with how the Star City games were going yesterday, I don't know. I think if people have been paying a lot of attention to the scene, I think we're going to see a lot more aggression here today to try and combat the control. I think we're going to see people just trying to get in there early, get in there quick, get it done. I'm not going to be surprised if Burn does surprisingly well at our tournament
Yeah,
here
Red
tonight.
Deck wins.
I think that we're going to see more Burn in the top half of our players than
You know
we
what's a
ever
card,
thought
I
we
think?
would.
So if aggro is going to be a big strategy, Geist of St. Traft could do very well. Maybe attach a Spectral Flight to that. That could be really big as well. I'm a big fan of the Geist.
That would be so
always have
nasty. Yeah, Geist of St. Traft, we saw him. Has he ever dipped below $12? I don't think so.
Never since being printed, I don't think.
No, Geist of St. Traft has made his way. I don't think he's made too much of a splash in Legacy, but as long as he's been in Standard, it's still, you get a 3-drop, you swing and you get this 4/4 flyer in the air. Like, it's very hard to...
Hexproof.
Yeah, it's very hard to compete against it, which is why I think when I saw him coming out and once it announced that Ravnica was coming back, I knew that for this set, Bant was going to be the hot tech. I think for next set, Bug's going to be the hot tech. But I think once the 3rd set finally comes out, there's going to be... Oh, we know you love Esper.
I can't wait for
We know
Gatecrash
you
for
love
Esper.
Esper. You have made, I think you have played Lingering Souls more times than people have had, like, good night's sleep in the past couple of
When
months.
those Godless
Like,
and Forbidden Alchemy, one of my favorites.
I was going to say, when those Godless Shrines come out, we'll get Afro Day, the new play set for his Legacy deck, and it'll be all good.
Yeah, I could use some Godless Shrines. That's going to be fun. I've been as far as Legacy goes, I was playing Dave's deck, or something very, very similar to it. I like
Changing
to
it up
call
from
it,
the gate.
I like calling it Darkblade, but I know it's called Dead Gael, but doesn't Darkblade sound cool?
It sounds more menacing. Dead Gael, it's like, what's this drunk zombie shambling at me? But like...
Yeah. Yep. There's, as far as Standard goes, I wonder what's going to be more powerful, because Bant has been really big,
yeah.
but there's Bant Control and Bant Aggro.
That's what I love about Bant. You can go Bant Control, you can go Bant Aggro, you can go Bant mid-range if you want. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When you have access to Geist of Saint-Trath, Thragtusk, Angel of Serenity,
Restoration Angel.
Restoration Angel to blink all of that, Cloud Shift to go, you get a new Thragtusk token
really
and 5
like
more
that
life.
card.
I think
really
Cloud
like
Shift
Cloud
was
Shift.
really underrated. There have been so many cards, especially within that set that came out that had
So
Enter the
good.
Battlefield effects that you don't want to ignore for one.
So
or to
good.
save it, you're blocking with something you really need it for the next turn, Cloud Shift it. Save it from the damage step.
Yeah, because it not only acts as value, like
Mm-hmm.
if you're Cloud Shifting a Thragtusk, but it can save your creature from removal.
Mm-hmm.
A card I really like, especially basically in any red deck, it's most of the time a sideboard card, Blasphemous Act.
I do like Blasphemous Act. I don't know if we're creature heavy enough yet to really bring down that cost. For those of you who don't know, Blasphemous Act costs a butt ton of colorless mana and 1 red to play. Basically, for every creature on the battlefield, it reduces the colorless by 1.
Yeah.
And you hit for 13, I think it is.
13 damage to all creatures. I had it in my sideboard playing on game day, and basically against any aggro deck, Azorius aggro, everything, all I saw was sad faces when I played Blasphemous Act. They're like, really? Blasphemous
You
Act
gonna
for
learn
3?
today.
They're like a board wipe for 3 mana? Yeah, that's
But
what happens.
you shouldn't have overextended, which I think that's going to be a big issue that's going to come into play today. The issue of whether or not people really overextend their hands. I know with aggro, it's super simple to get in that groove. Creature, slam, mana dork. It's very easy to get into that sort of rhythm of getting it going. But a lot of people I've noticed lately have been overextending into the realm of what am I going to do if they board wipe? I have nothing.
Well, that's what happened when I did the Blasphemous Act. I'm just like hoping, play that creature, play those creatures, and then they're thinking, oh, they're lethal next turn.
Yeah.
And I'm like, play your creature because then you have nothing and no cards in hand. So I would like to see that card happen once or twice.
Especially, though, since Chris, we're not letting him live down that top deck Serenity.
Chris Heron?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hoping we see a bunch of top deck heroes here today.
Top deck heroes.
I hope those aggro decks, if they go all in, they at least give us a good show for it.
Well, we'll see. I know there's a big mix, which is awesome. Because of 78 players, there's going to be a lot of really cool decks. There's going to be probably the mainstream decks. Hopefully a few unique brews here in South Florida. We got a lot of great players here in Florida, so we'll see.
Of course, half of it's going to be just walks it on Smiters and Thragtusk, but...
That's true.
And Rancors. Oh gosh, can you imagine putting a Rancor on a Thragtusk?
That's the idea, I guess. But does aggro play Thragtusk?
I mean, it can. That goes back into how Bant can be mid-range. A lot of these green X decks can get such a good range for them.
Looks like we have our first feature match. It's going to be Gary Gordon versus
playing Jund.
And Nate Fiola playing For Great Science, which I think is
That's
the
Epic
Experiment deck. Very cool.
That leads us to our next question. What do you think about these kind of, I don't want to call them joke decks, but what do you think of these more...
Okay. All right, so I think they're about to start game 1. Round 1, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, what do you think of these more, they're not joke decks, they're not comedy decks, but these off-the-wall decks we've been seeing?
I don't know. I guess we're about to find out. Let's check it out. And they're shuffling up. We got Nate on the left, Gary on the right.
Yeah, Gary's
Do you have a
Jund
favorite? What do you think?
I've seen Epic Experiment played out. I know it can do very well, but I also know if you don't get them, it fizzles. Like I said, I was a big proponent of, let's try one Past in Flame, see what happens. I don't know if other people are taking
It's a
to
combo
that,
deck, but it's a little bit of a slower combo deck, and I think
much
Jund
slower.
could do some work against that.
Yeah, I mean, with Jund before, Epic Experiment probably isn't doing anything before.
What's the
turn
Jund list
3.
playing? We got...
I like the one of Kessig Wolfrun. I think that's going to help him in a lot of the more aggressive
Got my
matchups.
favorite card, 2 Nighthawks in there. Is he playing Rakdos Return? I hope so.
I seen 2 Rakdos Return.
2 Rakdos Return.
And 3 Thragtusk. Surprise.
I wonder why he doesn't have 4. He is playing Garrick Relentless and 3 key runes. I guess he's worried about Terminus or other board wipes. That could be very good.
Yeah, and which key rune did he decide to go with?
The Rakdos key rune.
Okay, yeah. I mean, what I like about the Rakdos key rune by far is the first strike ability.
Oh yeah, it's great against their Thragtusk. So they got their hands. I see. Looks like Gary has Sever.
I like the Sever, the Bloodline, and
look like
the Thundermaw Hellkite.
Nate takes a mulligan. I see a Farseek, but I don't see...
I believe...
Is there a mana in his hand?
No, that's a Thragtusk. We're seeing all his big players on the field right now, but we are not seeing the ability to play them.
It looks like he's... there is a basic forest. I guess he does have mana. Alright, he's keeping. So Gary keeps. Nate is going down to 6. I'm not sure who's on the play this game.
Let's see if we can find out how much land Gary is running. Maybe he has the faith that he will get it. Looks like 24 land out of Gary, so he might just have the faith. I have my big fatties in my hand anyway. That's the chance to draw them.
Hopefully there won't be another mulligan after this. I see Glacial Fortress. I see Steam Vents and a Hinterland Harbor. Okay, so that's in an island.
And there's a Terminus,
which is very good. I think he's got a lot of mana now. All right, so Nate's on the play.
Nate was on the play, brings it in tapped, keeps 2 life.
Gary did not draw a land, but I guess he's got a Temple Garden in his hand as well, so he can Farseek into his 3rd land.
And there's a swamp too, so I guess he's sitting pretty.
Yep. Ooh, Rakdos Return is very good against Epic Experiment. Oh, you're gonna get all your combo pieces? Discard, please.
That's nice. I mean, it's still hard to tell, though. That's what I love about this set. It's still kind of hard to tell what Nate might be playing.
True.
It might be Epic Experiment. It might be green, red, blue. It might be anything. It could be this homebrew 5-color deck for all we know. So
we shall see. So Nate draws for turn. Looks like he's getting a lot of land.
Yeah.
But then again, Epic Experiment needs a lot of land to get his combo going.
All the land. Steam Vent's coming in tapped.
I think that's a foil Steam Vent's. Fancy.
Ooh. Now, Nate's in kind of a little bit of a pickle here because he has to decide, is he playing 4-color Reanimator or is he playing just straight Jund?
Well,
so those
Gary
might
just
affect his
passes
choices.
the turn. He's got Thragtusk, Sever for creatures, but probably not going to have much use on those Severs. So he's tapping 4. Oh, Ranger's Guile. So he's going to go get, I think, 4 forests and put them into his hand?
2, I believe. 2.
Or do they go into play tapped?
Yes.
You're going, 2 into play tapped. Okay, so there's the ramp. Gary says, hey, what's that do? Okay. But the best thing about it, when it says forest card, he could just fix his mana with these awesome new Shocklands.
Yep, you would think Gary would be running it as well. His
I think they have Farseek serve that purpose.
Yeah, that's his spell wise, and then he is running the 3 key runes to try and get some.
I think we might see a Thragtusk right now.
Swagtusk. I would. I mean, he's tapped out. It's not like he can.
Ooh, interesting. That's spicy.
So hopefully we'll see a Swagtusk pairing with the next turn, or even the Thundermaw Hellkite could come out next turn.
No, I mean,
if he gets the mana.
Nate could play Terminus this turn if he's really concerned about it. I don't think he will. He has increasing in his hand.
Yeah.
Increasing ambition, I believe it.
If I was Nate, I would wait.
Increasing devotion.
Yeah, if I was Nate, I would wait to see what exactly he pairs it with.
Yeah, because then he can get rid of it.
This just might be a bluff.
Yeah.
You know. Plus,
he's got Supreme Verdict as well. So he does have 2 bird white. Okay. I think he's going to say Supreme
looks
Verdict.
like 5 is going
on there.
5?
Maybe it is the Terminus.
No, he didn't need 1 more for that.
5.
I don't know, maybe he just feels like tapping lands, who knows? I'm bored, tap. 6. So he is going with the terminus.
Okay, that was probably a good idea because I would assume Thragtusk would be coming down next and he'd be swinging in for 8.
Mm-hmm. Alright, both players lucky enough to...
Now comes the Thragtusk.
...have their lands going well for him.
Gain 5, which isn't necessarily that important against the Epic Experiment.
No.
I think,
Oh, and that was my matchup against my good buddy Afro Dave who played the other day.
Alright, I think what Gary needs to do is just kill Nate as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's the plan here.
I do, in the Epic Experiment, love the one of Gavin Township.
That's going to be a lot of tokens. 5, I believe?
Yep. And then he can 1, 2, 3, 4,
That's going to be a
5,
problem
6,
for
7,
Thragtusk.
8. I believe next turn he may be able to flash it back and get
for another 10.
Yeah.
That's a lot of tokens.
And then the next turn, Gavin Township, and then you win.
Abe Lincoln token. Oh, Sever the Bloodline is incredible here.
I would hold on to it, because you know he can... No.
Flashback.
I know, but you're going to want to save that
Swing
mana to
for
cast more threats.
I suppose. But he's got Nate down to 15, and he's sitting at 6 mana, so if he has a land in his hand or draws one, he'll just flash back his Sever the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And it's if he decides to even flash it back.
Oh, does he have another one in his hand? It looks like under his right thumb.
So, yeah.
On the end there, he may be holding another one anyway.
So then I think that was definitely cool. Is that a Jace in Nate's hand? No.
It looked like the Mana Bloom.
Is he running Jace? No.
No.
Nope, he's playing Lingering Souls.
Yeah, I believe that's one of the 3 Mana Blooms that we saw.
He has the Epic Experiment in his hand.
Yep.
Mana Bloom for 3? 4.
3.
Okay. Casting Supreme Verdict. So Gary will get his 3/3 Beast.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why people thought Mana Bloom was such a bad card. It's not a bad card, it's just in a weird place in the set right now. But for its ability to go back to your hand, it's just it's a repeatable battery that you set your axe for.
That's a good way to put it. And now I think Nate's going to get ready to do an Epic Experiment.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure he's running the Temporal Masteries, so he's going to be getting a lot of turns if that happens.
We have the Tomb coming
Thundermaw.
Tap.
Very, very key right now. Because if Nate whiffs on his combo, then he loses next turn.
Yep, he was taking 8 there, I believe, and bringing him down to 7. Yep.
So this is a big turn for Nate.
5, 6, 7, 8.
8 Epic Experiment
for 5, I believe. No, he tapped 8. I'm sorry.
He tapped 8. So let's see. No, he wants
no,
to see
he tapped
Temporal
9,
Mastery.
so it would have been for 7.
Increasing.
6, 7. He has the Forbidden Alchemy.
Okay,
and the
so
increasing.
he gets to cast that, but that's not going to block the... Oh, well, he gets to cast Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, he's going to cast the Supreme Verdict.
Okay, so he lives, and then he can flash back to...
He's going to do that first. Then do the Amass the Components.
Another Terminus. Cool. I definitely think he wants that.
Put one on the bottom.
I didn't see which one that was, but okay.
And then increasing for 5 tokens.
And then next turn, he'll get at least another 10 if that's what he chooses to do. And he's got a lot of mana, so I don't know if he can flash it back twice, because I know he's got 2 in the yard. Garrick Relentless. And I'm not sure how good that is right now. He can shoot something or make a creature.
Well, he still does have what appeared to be 1 Sever the Bloodline in hand.
Sever. Oh, Thundermaw. He's going aggro. Actually, I like that plan, because if he draws Pillar Flame, he just wins.
Yep. Welcome to 2 life, Nate.
And he has to board wipe here.
Mm-hmm.
Pillar win. Oh, he has Rakdos. I believe that's Rakdos Return in his hand. So, yeah.
Looks like the art.
So,
yeah.
Nate needs to win on this turn.
Does Nate have any counter spells? No. So.
All right. Oh man, here we go. He's definitely got a board wipe because he doesn't know Gary has his hand, and I'm sure he realizes that he has the opportunity to do that.
Gary nonchalantly putting his Sever the Bloodline on top of the graveyard. Just, you know what it is.
I think he probably will attack before he...
I mean,
yeah,
he does,
there's the attack.
He does have the Lingering Souls, which is probably going to...
And...
You might think it'll help him. Oh, no, Terminus.
Terminus. But if that's a Rakdos Return,
the Thundermaw goes on the bottom. There you go.
Farsi. Nope.
Lingering Souls.
It's not going to matter if that's Rakdos Return. Those are interesting tokens. Let's see.
Oh, I thought that was a scoop at first.
Drew
I'm like,
Dread
you can't
board.
know what's going.
Yeah, right. 1, 2, 3. It's Rakdos Return. Boom. All right, and that's the end of game 1. Gary takes it.
Like I said, I like these off-the-wall decks, but
you know what?
It's either you get it or you don't.
Yeah, you know what it was? He needed to hit the Temporal Mastery so he can do it again and get more turns. So
yeah, before we start everything, I'd like to say we should probably say thank you to all the people helping us out with it. Of course, I'm Brittany Smith. This is Adam Asher, brainchild. We have David Winsauer with us, handling a lot of communication. Other brainchild. There he is.
There he is.
I mean,
so
of course,
there's
people
our
like
sideboards
Garrett.
on the stream for the Epic Experiment. Probably going to want to bring in Thragtusk, I believe, to gain some life, because there's a lot of aggro going on with Jund.
Yeah, how do you feel about him bringing in a couple Centaur healers?
Probably that, too.
Now that he knows he has the Rakdos Return, he knows that he can just be smacked to the face.
I don't think he needs Ray of Revelation, because there's no enchantments he needs to get rid of. Sphinx's Revelation, I believe that's the draw X cards, gain X life. Probably going to want to bring that in to draw cards.
And especially with his mana base.
What do you think about Purify the Grave? That exiles a card from a graveyard and flashes back to do the same.
I'd probably say yes, just on account of the Sever the Bloodlines. He's not going to take Sever out. I mean, that's Jund's poster child here.
So
that's
what is he going
to
want to take out? The board wipes, I think, need to stay in. Maybe the Lingering Souls they're good for chump blocking.
Yeah, they're good chump blockers, but if it's Hellkite that's out, he's going to tap them down anyway when he comes into play. And that 1 damage will probably kill them off, unless they have their Gabony pumps on them already.
I mean, there is the Singleton mats, the components, I guess that can come out. Increasing Ambition, perhaps. I'm not really sure. I'm not too familiar with the
no, because you want that
Epic Experiment deck.
You're going to want that tutor.
As far as Jund goes, I think he's definitely going to want to bring in my personal favorite card of the day, Blasphemous Act, because it's going to cost 1 red mana to wipe his board, so that's coming in, I'm sure. Slaughter Games is great. Name a card, search their deck, remove all copies of it.
Yeah.
What if he just names Epic Experiment?
That's the great thing about it. It doesn't have to be in the graveyard like it did with Surgical Extraction, which was one of my favorite cards. I thought Surgical was not used enough.
And it can't be countered. Perhaps the Golgari Charms. It doesn't stop Terminus, but it does regenerate his creatures. So if he does Supreme Verdict, he can regenerate all his creatures. Appetite for Brains.
That's 3 CMC or more, or 4 CMC or more? 4 or more?
But that hits all of his combo pieces.
Yeah, Terminus, Ambition, Devotion, Temporal Mastery. The only one it doesn't hit is Epic Experiment, because that's CMC 2 because of the X in the cost.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that's good. It'll leave an Epic Experiment and Mana Bloom.
I think he could take out the Mizium Mortars. He doesn't really need those. It doesn't hit the player. The Pillars could stay in because he could do that last bit of damage, but the key runes seem fantastic because of all the board wipes.
Yeah.
Rolling Tremblars could easily come out. Well, that's not actually true because he's playing a lot of tokens, and that'll just wipe the board.
Actually, I'd like to see him keep at least 1 Mizium Mortars in, because that Overlord the Overload dealing 4 damage to everything he doesn't control, it's going to be a one-sided board wipe in this matchup.
What do you think about the Blasphemous Act instead?
I like it, but then that hits his creatures as well when he may not want to.
That's true.
It's going to be a lot cheaper to put out, yes. But for that guaranteed cost of 6, you're at least keeping your creatures on the board. When it comes to things like, our buddy Swag Tusk, it's fine. You leave a token behind.
You'll probably bring in another Rolling Trembler, because they're never going to be, they're only 1/1 humans.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to deal 4 damage.
Well, remember, he did have that Gavney Township that Gary did see, though.
Does Rolling Trembler have flashback?
I don't know.
I think he will definitely want to bring in the Rolling Tremblers for flashback.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what happens. Game 2, here we go. I assume Nate will be on the play. Looks like he's got a couple lands in his hand, so he'll probably end up keeping. Gary's got 1, 2...
Yes, 6, 7.
Nope.
My buddy Death
But he does have a 1-drop. All right,
yes.
so he has 3 lands, a 1-drop. Yeah.
He brought in the Deathrite. You have to bring in the Deathrite Shaman. You have to. Being able to ping those things out of Nate's graveyard is going to help him.
He didn't play a land that he can play as Shaman turn 1. Maybe he just didn't have one.
No, because I think he had a regular Swamp or Forest. All right, we see a Mana Bloom.
Now he's got both of them.
That Mana Bloom sure is pretty.
And here comes the Shaman. Very nice.
Maybe he's trying to prepare for the future. He wants to be able to...
Well, he can exile all those flashback cards, which is huge.
Yeah, that's why
While dealing damage. 3, 4. I'm seeing a Guile here. Yep. Going to get 2 forests.
Remember, Guile was from our Poison days.
Oh, you're right. Rangers of Path.
We all hated those days.
2 forests. Ramp. Boom. That's pretty good. That's off to a great start for Nate.
And that Bloom is going to go back since it has no more counters on it.
Yep. So he's got 1, 2, 3, or 5 mana in play versus Gary's 2. That's exactly where he wants to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus the Mana Bloom.
Yep.
Which is going to go back to his hand. So perhaps he could do a turn 4 combo, maybe. What can Gary do? It looks like he has a Rakdos Return in his hand.
Dave, you be able to answer. Should Bloom still be on the battlefield? With no counters?
It's during the upkeep.
During the upkeep? Okay.
So he's going to play his second one, but he can start activating it, the first one now. So Mana Bloom's back during his upkeep draw. Didn't see what he drew. Looks like he drew maybe a Farseek.
Yeah, I believe the Farseek was the card that came in.
I don't know. If he had Epic Experiment in his hand right now, he'd be in real great shape, because then he could just tap out for Mana Bloom, and then...
Gary suddenly syncopates it out of nowhere. We all wonder what's going on.
Alright, over on 2. Doesn't want to take the 2 damage.
Alright, for 3.
Mana Bloom for 2. And what's that? And Farseek. So now next turn he's going to have 2, 4, 10 mana.
Yeah, if he drops land, he'll be out at 10.
10 mana on turn 5? That's pretty good, right?
4, right? Gary hasn't missed a... Yeah, it'll be his turn 5. Yeah. Okay, he went first.
So he's going to exile that Farseek and cause 2 damage to Nate. That's really good.
I mean...
Especially when he's got 2 of them.
I was so surprised to see a life gain ability on Deathrite Shaman when it first came out. I'm like, this card is going to be the nuts. Like, this card...
Played in Legacy as well.
You're going to go places, Deathrite Shaman.
Ooh.
Although I was upset that it was an elf.
Overgrown too. I love foil lands. Lands are my favorite.
We know.
Alright.
We've seen your binder.
So he untaps with 10 mana. Potentially 11 if he's holding a Steam Vents, I see. But does he have anything to do with it? That's the question. If he had an Epic Experiment right now, this could be the game.
Because he would do it for 7, and there wouldn't be anything he couldn't cast.
Alright, so he's tapping... Ooh, Increasing Ambition. So he's going to be able to tutor for a card. Probably tutoring for Epic Experiment, I assume. But the cool thing about Increasing Ambition is he can flash it back and then search for 2 cards.
I thought the coolest part was that you don't have to reveal it.
That's true. But he's not going to be able to
Screw it,
flash
I'm getting
it
a land.
because it's getting exiled. So he got his 1 card out of it.
Yeah.
But it's taken 4, bringing him to 14, which is a big deal because Thundermaw Hellkite can just come out and say,
Oh,
you're dead.
Look at my buddy here. I got a friend.
You know what would be really good right now? I think a Rakdos return would be good. I don't know if he has it. I know he has Thragtusk in his hand.
I mean, I'd
Rakdos
say
return. Excellent for Gary right there. And then I think he's just attacking.
No, I would imagine the exiling of the spell, so he has no way to get it back.
14 from the 2 exile cards.
Oh, we see Temporal Mastery taking another turn. Hoping.
So he miracled. That's good. He needed that, but he's just got land. That Rakdos return, one of the most powerful cards in Standard. You know, obviously Thragtusk is up there as well.
Oh, you wanted your pieces? No.
Keswick Wolfrun.
Did we just see the Temporal get exiled as well for another 2? We'll see. Now, if I was him, I would Keswick Wolfrun here on 1 Shaman, let that go through, and then just save the other one for the pinging games.
It looks like... I don't know what he's doing here.
Is he going to Kessig for 2, or is he playing something for 5?
Nope.
Oh, Swag Tusk.
So Gary's going to go to 25. Not super relevant, but it's a beater. And he's going to exile the Epic Experiment.
Yep. And I believe he's swung in for 2 with the other Shaman, because he only had 1 mana available.
Yep,
he knows that's game.
Yep.
Oh, there was a second Epic Experiment. You would have lived.
Perhaps, because 5 to 9, and then... No, I don't know if it would have enough time, but welcome back. For those of you just joining us, I'm Adam Asher.
I'm Brittany
Smith. Those of you viewers that are watching, I don't know if you knew this already, but we will be doing giveaways throughout the duration of this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
We will be giving out 3 packs of M13 at the end of round 2, at the end of round 4, and then 12 packs, or 6 packs at the end of round 4, 12 packs at the end of round 6, and then at the finals, we will be giving away a full box of M13 to one of you loyal viewers. All we'll be doing is just asking a simple question about what's going on in the tournament, and you will have to follow us on Twitter. What's our Twitter?
Our Twitter is at South Florida Magic. Well, at SFL Magic.
Yes,
we wanted to simplify it.
It's at SFL Magic. I believe you can see it under my name, Adam Asher. And make sure you're following us, and we'll ask you a question, and then you're going to tweet the answer to hashtag GXC1K, and then we will pick a random person with the correct answer, and then PM you with more details about the match.
Let's see. We may have a game 2 going on. That ended a little quickly.
Yeah, there's still 26 minutes left in the round, so we're going to be finding you another match for sure.
Somebody has to be playing.
Oh, yeah,
somebody
absolutely.
somewhere. So I guess I have to take back my previous statement because there were only 3 Thragtusk in that Jund deck. It makes me a little sad. Not be running a play set. But we do conveniently have a Thragtusk right here.
Oh, yeah. This is actually my Thragtusk.
There are many like it,
For
but
my
that
4th
one is
Thragtusk,
yours.
Which any of you can be winning as we're doing our giveaways. So it's hashtag GXE1K. At the end of round 2 will be our first giveaway. So hang out. I wonder what our next feature match will be. Or still round 1, but it'll probably be a game 3.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. What are you predicting is going to be in the top 8?
I don't know, but what I do know is that the match we're about to be seeing is Jund versus Bant.
Ooh, never seen Bant before.
So,
like I said, Bant's definitely going to make its way in there. It depends on the
do you think it's going to be
quantity of Jund floating around, but I think there's a good chance for Jund to
a lot
make
of
it.
Junds, a lot of Bant. I wonder if it's Bant control or Bant aggro or Bant mid-range. There's so many versions.
You don't know.
I think there's one thing about all of them is most of them run Jace. That's one thing you can count on.
That's why you're going Bant. Jace and Dice of St. Traft. Those are your best 2 blue splashes.
Yeah, and Timeo as well. Some do, some don't. I like it.
Depends on how controlling you are.
Yes.
With the deck. I'd like to say I want to see Jund, I want to see Bant, I want to see a variation of white weenies, like an Azorius white weenies or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see something silly like Epic Experiment or Omniscience Control. Just one. Just let one silly thing go in there.
Well, we did see one. It unfortunately didn't make its way through, but that doesn't mean he's got another 6 rounds to win with it.
And that doesn't mean that's the only one here.
Yeah, exactly. There are a lot of matches, so should be exciting.
Have you been anticipating Gate Crash as much as I have? I already went on my bug tangent, but
just this whole block is great. You know, with all the multicolor decks, I love playing a lot of colors and being greedy with my mana bases, and this block lets you do that. It says, please be greedy with mana. Play 3 colors, play 4 colors, play 5 color control.
We don't care. Who cares anymore?
Yeah.
We don't.
With a card like Farsi that lets you tutor for basically a dual land, I mean, there you go.
Dual land?
I mean, it is.
You're not a Taiga, but we'll deal with you.
Pretty much are a Taiga.
So Douglas Sanchez and Albert Clifford.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you, Jared.
I like how people get so excited, like location, GXE.
So it looks like, who's playing what? It looks like Douglas is playing the Junglist, which is very different than the previous list.
That's a much more
he's running
aggressive
Bonfires, Falconwrath Aristocrat, Abrupt Decays, 4th Rakdos, which is the same. Of course, Rakdos Return. And
it looks like he went up to 3 Dreadbore instead of 2.
Yeah, he's got
I think that's a smarter
This
play
is a
for this
much
tournament.
heavier removal deck. What about the control? Is it control?
Yeah, it's control. We see 4 Jace, 2 Tameo, 4 Terminus, 4 Think Twice, your favorite card.
Oh, I love that.
4 Azorius Charms.
Another
Only 2
fantastic card.
Snapcasters. I don't know how I feel about only 2 Snapcasters in this deck, but we'll see.
So it's the control list for sure. 3 Entreat the Angels, so that's probably the main win condition is Entreat the Angels.
It looks like maybe 1 Syncopate. I don't know if I agree with that as much. I like Syncopate a little more than Dissipate. I understand the exiling factor behind it. But
2 Dissipates and 2 Negates in the sideboard, so I guess depending on... what game we're in, the sideboard will be more relevant.
Yeah.
I think more counter spells are definitely going to be coming in against the Jund because Rakdos Return just really, really hurts control decks.
Yeah. But that's why I like Syncopate. When it was first played against me, I thought it was like, pay X and just, the controller pays X and it's done with. But no, it caught me off guard when I first saw it. So hopefully a lot of people here are ready for it. But like I said, I think...
I want to look at the Jund, I wanted to see the Jund's list sideboard. It's got Underworld Connections, which I think is great. Vraska, one of. Another Rakdos, the Nighthawks, and Slaughter Games. I think Slaughter Games are definitely coming in because when you're playing Jund, you want to name something like Terminus or Supreme Verdict.
Yeah.
We
just have to make sure he knows what to name.
Yeah.
That's one of the tricky parts.
Yeah, knowing what to name. But if this isn't game 1, more likely game 2 or 3. I think Slaughter Games is probably in. Nighthawks are good because they're fast. What's that?
The blue-white control is running 1 Witchbane Orb.
I think that could be really good because then in the Slaughter Games, although it's uncounterable, can't target him.
Exactly.
And same with Rakdos Return, can't target him. So that's probably coming in.
Yeah, I love Feeling of Dread. I know this is a control deck, but I love Feeling of Dread in either Bant aggro or Azorius aggro because just tapping down 2 creatures and then flashing it back for I think the ridiculously low cost of 1 and 1 blue. Like it's ridiculously low for what it does.
For which card again?
Feeling of Dread.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. You could play it and flash back at the same turn.
Yeah.
Very good against aggro decks.
Yeah, but that card I have seen help Chris when he was doing a lot of testing to turn his turn 5 and 6 wins into turn 3 and 4 wins.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm sitting here looking at the controls deck list. I'm like, how is he only running 7 islands and 7 plains, but it's over here. We see him at 14, 18, 22, 24, 25, 26. I like the 2 of Ghost Quarters. There are so many, like you said,
Keswick
duels running around.
Not only duels, but utility lands such as Keswick Wolf Run. Other decks that are control decks are running Nefalia Drown Yards that can mill you out. So here we go. Is this game? What game are we on right now? We are on game 3. So the sideboards are in. Let's see if we were right about any of these cards, if any show up.
Depending on what's been going on so far, I'm pretty sure if Blue-White wanted to stay in this, all 3 Geist of St. Traft came in. That hexproof is going to be killer against Douglas.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't
target
him with the Dreadbore, you can't...
But he will have creatures to block it. He like Huntmaster of the Fells, Thragtusk. I mean, we'll see. Garrick Primal Hunter is also in the Jund deck, which I like. It lets him have a draw engine. He's got one in his hand.
I don't know if Alfred keeps this because I saw the Tamiyo and I saw the Temporal Mastery, but I think the rest of it's land.
Land.
I don't know if his hand's going to be fast enough. I guess he thought, okay, this is man to keep up.
There we go. Hopefully Douglas won't have to mulligan again. I think we all hate mulligan.
You were nice enough to let us use your super cool South Florida Magic Blink 182 playmat.
Oh, thank you. It is awesome. I do love it. For 2 reasons. 1, because of course South Florida Magic, and 2, Blink 182. Come on. 99, guys.
Bum, 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 bum.
Douglas is like, give me my cards, give me mana. Don't want to mulligan.
Money back there.
Alright, so it's untap, draw, untap, draw.
Oh, draw, go, my favorite types of Magic games. I don't know, it's so weird now.
He just drew his entreat. Probably not when he wants to draw it.
No.
Not on turn 3.
I'm the queen of drawing my Temporal Masteries after my first land and drawing my entreats after my second.
He's got Tamiyo and both of his Snapcaster mages.
Dissipate going on the key rune. He's
very important because his board wipes don't do anything against key rune.
Exactly. Alright, so turn 4, not too much on the board. We're going to see a Think Twice at the end of turn for Alfred to try and get a little more going on. Alright, Glacial Fortress
5.
coming down.
I think it's
Tamiyo. Yep.
Tap your duel. +1.
You wanted utility? No.
Did he just draw what I think he drew, a Rakdos return? Or was it a land? No.
It looks like a return.
Yeah.
We see the Dragon Skull Summit coming
very
down.
Good. But he's getting taxed on his mana, which is going to hurt the Rakdos return. Boom. He says, I don't care. Discard 2 and redirect 2 of the damage.
So is that a swamp in the background?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to hope something like, that's a forest, it's not going to fly.
So he redirects 2 of the damage to Tamiyo.
Do you pitch the entreat here?
Maybe.
Do you think it's going to be too much for him to try and play it?
So, because he has Jace in his hand.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to keep Jace.
I would pitch the entreat. Oh, yes, Sphinx's Revelation. I'd hold on to that.
Yeah, so I'd say I'd get rid of a Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, I'd pitch the Snap and the entreat.
But he can Snap Dissipate. But I don't know if he's in a position to
I don't know if that's more helpful
like
than Sphinx's Revelation, though.
I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
I think he might be deciding on those 2. Yep. I honestly think those are the smarter plays. Tamiyo goes down to 3.
Yeah, you got to keep Tamiyo under control because her ultimate just means almost I win.
Yeah.
Looks like there's an Abrupt Decay in his hand, a Thrag Tusk, and perhaps a Severed Bloodline in Douglas's hand.
Do you think keeping in the Abrupt Decays was such a good idea? I mean, it'll get rid of the Snapcaster
Detention
Mage,
Spheres.
Ah, true. There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows there's only 2, though.
Deal.
He probably thinks it's a 4 of.
So Jace pluses up, so minusing his non-existent creatures by 1. Draws
He might
another
have
land.
haste. You don't know. Except it doesn't.
He's got
but still.
4 or 5. He could play Garruk Relentless this turn, or Garruk Primal Hunter, or Thrag Tusk. Let's see. I kind of like... No, because if he plays the Thrag Tusk, it could be just tapped down. If he plays
It's
Primal
still nice to
Hunter,
get
he
the
could just
5
keep
left.
making beasts, and then draw off the beasts. So there we go. Yeah, I like that decision. You know, create threats, and then potentially draw cards. He needs to draw Dreadbore. Is he gonna? Let's see here. Fact or fiction? Yep. So that's gonna reveal the top 3 cards, and then Douglas gets to choose, make that 2 piles, and Alfred gets to pick one of the piles, and that's pretty good.
Let's see what.
Terminus, Think Twice, Island. What does he want to separate?
Does he have
those
2
two?
Sphinxes in hand? 2 Sphinx Revelation? Yeah.
I don't know.
I keep wondering if it's a trick on my eyes seeing the same colors over it.
Maybe Island and the Terminus. No? Okay. Because the Think Twice is essentially 2 cards.
Yeah.
So he keeps the Terminus. But yeah, that's actually good because he could just flash back the Think Twice.
Mm-hmm.
Or nope, he can't because it goes in the bottom. Very good. Is he going to create another Beast token or draw 3 cards? What did he draw? He really could use Dreadbore. Dreadbore would be so big. And he's running 3 of them.
Does it make me a bad person that I really want to see that Sever go off on, like, a ton of Angel tokens?
It's
Like,
so
7
good.
Angel tokens gone.
And it's going to happen, too, because that's one of the big Bant win conditions.
Yeah.
So he's tapping 5 for Thraggy,
Yep.
which is actually good, the life gain against this deck, in case he does somehow get all those Angels into play, surviving a turn past that. He's going to be drawing through 5 cards. Draw 5.
He's digging for a Dreadbore.
Dreadbore and Rakdos return, both really good. I don't think he drew either.
I believe he drew one of the Farseeks. It looks like he drew a
A
Dragon's
lot of
Pulse from
land.
it. Playing
So he's gonna-
Rootbound Crag for the turn, Farseeking. He's trying to use as many of the cards as possible before having to... I believe it was Vraska we saw on the bottom, so it looks like he did bring her in. 2 of the Huntsmasters were going
I like
by.
Vraska. I mean, Vraska can just come into play and kill a Planeswalker.
Mm-hmm.
And since Bant Control doesn't play very many threats, if Vraska does ultimate, it's bound that one of those assassin tokens will go through.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't end a turn in Sphinx Revelation, gains some life. I think he did it for 4, so he gains 4 life, draw 4. Either 4 or 3.
One Azorius Charm, what appears to be...
Yeah, so it was for 3 cards. He's got his Terminus. Then he'll still keep a Beast token if he uses it. Probably going to want to... Well, I don't know. Probably plus the Jace up, tap down one of the creatures. No, just pass turn. Oh, he's got another Sphinx Revelation, so he could just draw a bunch of more cards.
Yeah, he was playing with the 2 in his hand.
So he tapped down the Beast again, I think. Or no, maybe he didn't pass the turn yet.
Sure.
So he's gonna plus it up. I think the plus here is good, and then he can fact next turn. Yeah, taps Thrag Tusk down. Definitely gonna want to plus Garruk back up. Tons of cards in hand, but no Dreadbores to be found. Just lots of land. Sever the bloodline. Alright, probably gonna cat. Lots of mana. Never mana problems in the new standard. I like that. Ooh, Dreadmangler. Oh, that's spicy. Haste. He could just flat out kill Tamio right now. He can kill Jace, kill Tamio. He says kill Jace. Interesting. Doesn't like Jace. It's, you know what, the haste is just so big because there's so much sorcery speed removal and sorcery speed board wipes.
Alright, we see another Tamio, so I don't think he's going to be too upset if this one gets gone. It looks like he may have that one of Syncopate in his hand. Yeah, there's the Syncopate. Now, was he tapped out of mana last turn, or did he forget that his Charm could have put that Dreadmangler on top of the library?
No, I guess he forgot. He was definitely not tapped out.
Ooh. You have to phrase it differently.
Right. Okay, Supreme Verdict. Destroy everything, but he gets to keep one of his beasts.
Mm-hmm.
Garrick, Primal Hunter, is just really strong in this match right now. But
Right.
Tamio is getting close to that ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
He needs a Dreadbore. Nope.
Decay,
Just
Sever's
Decay,
still
not
there.
good enough. Does he have Arachne's Return in his hand? Because now's the time if he does.
Yeah.
I don't
Problem
think
is,
he
though, if he
does.
goes all in, that Syncopate's
Three.
gonna kill him.
Ooh, very good. Again, very timely. Keep Tamio off the ultimate.
Dreadmangler is like
Oh, he's
does
holding
own
it,
little
Jason.
timely reinforcement now,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Scavenging onto it. So that's going to bring Tamio down to 1 counter.
Unless he remembers what Azorius Charm does this time.
True.
Which he has
Which
it on
is
the end.
big.
It looks like he's looking at it.
He remembers.
There we go.
Very big. But he does have 2 beasts now, so unless he can get rid of one, he needs to keep.
He
if
can Terminus.
Oh yeah, that seems like the way to go. Some kind of board wipe, and he has Snapcaster, Azorius Charm as well, so he could tap one down and then bounce the other one.
Alright, looks like he's separating
knows
out
he's
5
going to
mana
draw
right
the
now.
haste creature though, so he's got another Tamio in hand. I don't know if that's that great though. I think he just wants to. I like board wipe and then keep Snapcaster up with Dissipate. 6. Does he have enough of that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, he doesn't. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He does not have enough for that. Very close. Very close game.
Because the issue is, you can't
Taps it
Terminus on
down.
Doug's turn.
So maybe he's just going to Snapcaster,
Snap,
block
Dissipate.
the haste creature, and then and then
Why not just snap
the charm.
Dissipate the, not even the Charm, just Snap Dissipate. Get rid of the Mangler completely so it can't
Scavenge.
scavenge. Mm-hmm.
Could do that.
Yeah, right now I would Snap Dissipate and then Terminus next turn to get rid of the 2 beast tokens.
And then when he Terminuses, he can just ultimate his Tamio and
Yep.
get Terminus right back.
Yep. So he's saying, I'll allow that.
So, Snapcaster Mage. Target Azorius Charm.
I would have just gotten rid of it completely, to be honest.
Get rid of what?
The Dreadmangler.
No.
Or
He
just
just says
exile
put
it
it on
completely.
top. Block. Oh! Okay, well, it still doesn't matter. It protects his Tameo. I hope he did it in the right phase. Oh, he didn't. Should have waited till the block step. Actually, no, that he couldn't have done that.
Yeah,
Another
there's
beast.
certain times when players get priorities to cast
Yeah, so he couldn't have done that. So then you were right. The dissipate was the right play. Another Azorius charm.
Trust me, I've been killing myself for the past 3 days studying the judge test. I did all 8 weeks
He has the
in 3
tension
days.
sphere in his hand. He can get rid of all 3 beast tokens just like a Terminus. Almost like a Terminus-like effect. Or he can detention sphere Garrick himself.
Seeing Jace coming out.
Fact or fiction. Ooh. What do you want, buddy? A board wipe or a Geist?
Good thing about this Geisten. I think Doug will have an easier time dealing with the Geist simply because he can just...
Well, right now he only has Sever the Bloodlines. Geist is hexproof.
I know, but he can still block. Alfred would still have to attack in order to get the most out of that Geist.
Yeah.
He's hexproof, but he sure as P is not unblockable. Alright, so the Supreme Verdict going away. And I think that's a good cue to Alfred that Doug is very afraid of board wipes right now, which is why we're going to board wipe.
Yep. Tameo, tap a land. He just wants to go to... This round might go to time. This might be a draw. So they have a 5-minute extension for moving. So
Us
there's
bothering them, getting them up.
7.5 minutes left on this game.
Is that another
Dread
Mangler?
Yeah, I guess he had 2 in his sideboard. And... Yeah, just 2, but he keeps, putting it back on top of his library.
Well, I mean, you can't underestimate Dredge Mangler. For 3, you get a hasted creature with a pretty decent scavenge cost on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Dredge Bridge Goliath, which Doug does have. Oh, and there's my Dreadbore I want on the bottom. You never look at the top, dude. You never. I learned that the hard way. You never.
The Dreadbore was on top?
No, the Rakdos Return was on top.
Oh, man. That would have been huge.
Which would have been nice with your tapped out buddy right now.
It would have got rid of his whole hand and killed Tameo. Unless he syncopated.
Nah, because he's all tapped out. Wouldn't have been able to do nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, no, it'd be next turn because he doesn't have any draw effects.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Available.
Make a beast. No, draw 3.
I'm wondering what's going on with his big threats, though.
He's got Bonfire.
He has Bonfire and Huntsmaster.
He can just hardcast the
which are both
Bonfire.
nice. You see the
Very
Huntsmaster
nice.
coming out, getting 2 life, making a 2/2 wolf. I guess he has a special token.
Excellent. Excellent. Very cool.
So we're supposed to believe that's a wolf.
Terminus. Miracled. Goodbye, Dredge Mangler. Doesn't even get to scavenge it because it goes in the bottom.
Alright, let's try this Tameo dance again.
Yeah, right. He's going to play his Geist. And he has a Azorius charm to back it up, so if he has a blocker, he could just say, back on top, buddy. Drew another Huntmaster. He's got a backup Garrick. Garrick's really good. He can Bonfire and redirect the damage to Tameo.
He has to leave enough open, though, because he knows he probably has some sort of counter.
Bonfire.
Are we bonfiring
I think just for enough to kill
2?
Tameo. I guess he's worried about the syncopate, a possible syncopate.
Yeah. No, that looks like a bonfire for 2. He's tapping out 5.
No, one of those lands is tapped from Tameo.
I know, so there's 5
you're right,
on the side.
You're right. So it's to get rid of that and redirect to...
Yeah, because he would have had 5 left open to deal with the
That
syncopate.
Tameo is very resilient.
You can't
It's been
kill
around
her.
since turn 5.
She's a moon sage. What do you expect? She had to deal with space. What'd you deal with today? Traffic?
Syncopate. Okay. I don't know. Could have been better things to syncopate. I don't know. He wants to treat the angels right now. That's what he wants. But he does. I mean, he still has Sever the Bloodline,
Mhm.
which is going to save him from Entreat the Angels.
He's been holding that
And then he
all
can
game.
flash it back as well. So Entreat the Angels isn't even that great right now. He's like, Alfred's like, my darndest, I will ultimate Tamio. Make a beast. Oh, Entreat the Angels for
All of it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're just going to give you one and put a
6.
token on it.
He did it at the end of
Yeah.
his turn as well, so it has haste. That could be game.
Well, when you're swinging for 24...
Unbelievable.
Hold on. Oh, no, because the Sever the Bloodline.
No,
Oh, no,
the
he's
seven-
doing it for 24.
He did it at the end of his turn, but still, that's
Doing it for
huge.
24. It's going to leave him at 3 life, and we know that Sever's going to come into play. But
Wow.
my gosh.
My gosh is right. That end of turn was huge. And now he's using Tamio to draw cards. So he's at 3, but I mean he doesn't have any direct damage spells. So Severs, yeah. Oh,
Thought Scour.
Thought Scours himself.
And he's going to do that thing twice.
Geist is good.
Azorius Charm. Draw.
Jace.
Think twice. Flashback. Oh, no, Azorius Charm. Draw. Now we're going to see the Think Twice flashback. And he's running out of mana to be able to play whatever counter he runs into. Oh, he didn't bother with the Think Twice flashback.
Well, what does that
Alfred.
matter?
He would have been able to draw another card and try and get another counter.
Syncopate. Well, look at the mana up that he has. He
Well,
would-
not just
I guess
Syncopate.
he could draw his
has
negate.
the negate,
Yeah,
the
negate would've been
Dissipate.
big.
The Dissipate would have been
So
huge.
he ultimates with Garrett to draw more cards, 3 more. He wants his Dread War. Looks like he got
Flag
his.
Tusk
Oh, he
needs
got his
going now.
Aristocrat. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But he wants to play Garrett
Oh,
again.
no.
What's wrong?
Oh, I would have Thrag Tusk. Get that 5 life out there. You need it. You need it. And you knew he didn't have a counter, or else he would have countered the Sever the Bloodline.
Well, I don't know how he's gonna do 3 damage this turn. Oh, Terminus. That's bad. So now he could play. I know he has Tamio in his hands and Jace.
Doug's like, let me look at this mini library.
So Jace says Fact or Fiction. So I'm pretty sure he's going to keep the Entreat the Angels. Because he could just hard cast that
Yeah,
at this
but
point.
Sever.
Sever is
How many?
true, but
How many are being run by? He has 2 in
He
the
could
main
flash it
board.
back.
Yeah.
but he also has Geist of Saint Traft he's playing, and he can't sever that.
No,
But
but
he
he can
says
block
land
it.
5 for Tamio. Yep. Tap a land.
As soon as we got rid of her, she comes back.
Yeah, he's been holding that second one for a long time. He needs something. Probably, I think he needs Thragtusk in play, just to gain some life, like you were saying earlier.
I don't know. I wouldn't have kept the Abrupt Decays in. They seem pretty dead. I don't know what he saw in game 1
Maybe,
or 2, but...
well, he hasn't done any detention spears or whatnot.
Alright, looks like we are on turn 0.
Alright, so they are on turns.
We have
So this
6
is turn
tables still
0.
playing.
Wow.
That probably means those are 6 tables with at least 1 control deck apiece, if not 2.
Alright, so turn 0. He needs to
Swag
do
tusk.
something fast. But
Well, he at least
might
went
be
up
able
to
to do
8.
it. He's at 3 life. Now he's at 8. Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. So he could probably
That
kill
flying
Jace.
haste is going to help. Well, he could also direct it to Tamio. I was going to say, he could have directed it to Tamio and sacrificed the Thrag Tusk, get the Beast token, and killed Tamio. Oh no, because
How
it
did
would have
it-
had the 1/1 counter. Never mind, it's humans only.
Yes.
I don't play with your fancy
He's got his
vampires. Oh, he got the
He
Dreadbore.
finally got his Dreadbore.
And he has
all
another
game long.
Sever in hand.
All game, he's been looking for that Dreadbore. Fine, he got it, but now it's turn 1. He's got blockers. Jace. I don't know what. I'm not sure what.
He's going to give it the
can do.
-1. Oh, nope, Fact or Fiction.
Detention Sphere.
Ooh.
So he could say Detention Sphere, the Thragtusk, swing for 6. It's
Mhm.
not 8 though.
We can do math.
I know, but he gets the Beast token if he does that anyway, so it's still a blocker.
Mm-hmm.
He could play Tameo and tap it. Oh no, he's looking through his graveyard. Okay. In his hand, he's just got
Detention
land and
Sphere,
treat the
land.
angel, and then yeah, that's it. I don't know. I don't see Douglas being able to finish the game out in enough turns. It's possible that Alfred can, but he knows that the Sever the Bloodline's in the graveyard.
I don't know, it would be funny to see 2 Rakdos returns for 12 back-to-back just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, the Rakdos return could do work, but I don't know. That's what you get. Thragtusk tends to do this with games.
I don't know, Thragtusk is so controlling, I think he should have been blue.
So he's gonna Detention Sphere at Garrick.
It's a good play.
Abrupt Decay, the Detention Sphere. Garrick's back with 3 counters instead of 1.
No attack? Nope, no attack.
I guess he wants a blocker.
Another Dreadbore. That was a draw if I've seen one.
Well, I guess at this point he just wants to draw. He also has Thragtusk in his hand, so he can just go to 13. So what is this, turn 2 now?
Yes.
So he has 2 turns to basically deal 26 damage. I don't really see that happening. I think it's more about Alfred being able to try to figure out a way to kill Douglas. If he could do an ended turn and treat the angels, I'm not sure if he has any more in his deck. I think there might be one. And there is a Think Twice in his graveyard, right?
There is, but what's the flashback on Think Twice?
3. So then he could get 1 angel, that's not enough. But actually, if he swings in with the Geist...
There'd be 2 angels in the air.
It depends
4
if
of it would go through.
4 of it would go through unless he attacks with the Falcon Wrath Aristocrat, which at this point, if I was Douglas, I'd be just maybe trying to go for the draw. How is he going to deal 26 in 1 turn? I guess a Rakdos return. He's going to draw... Yeah, if I was him, draw 5 off of Garrick. Oh, he's got Keswick Wolf Run. 3. Wait, what is he doing? He tapped his Keswick Wolf. He's got 6 mana tapped right now. Looks like he's activating the Keswick Wolf Run on the Thragtusk.
Would you have just gone in for all of it?
I don't know.
Because he can't counter the mana ability. He might have been able to charm or something, but I think all the charms are in the graveyard.
He's going to draw. You know what? Maybe he's trying to get a Rakdos return, draw 5 cards. Let's see what he drew off the 5.
Dreadbore, Deadbridge, Goliath.
Olivia.
Looks like 2 Goliaths were in there.
Not what he needs. I didn't see a Rakdos return in that.
We don't know if he kept them in at all. That's the problem.
I'm sure he kept them in, but we didn't see one. I would hope he kept them in, I guess. Does it make it harder for you to kill him?
Let's see what's going on.
Oh, wait. Think Twice. For Terminus? No.
Alright, so Doug goes up to 13.
It's probably Dreadbore the Jace. Yeah. Such an efficient card.
Yep, he does have another Dreadbore in hand, too, in case Alfred tries playing anything. He may be able to try and bring this in. I mean, Alfred's probably just going to, well, I don't know. If Alfred is still paying attention, he'd know that that Sever the Bloodline is still in the graveyard. Ooh.
That's a mana pool.
Ooh, okay, so he did have one more Azorius Charm floating around.
That's a lot of discard. He's got a lot of cards in his hands. Lots of mana. Farseeks. Definitely don't need that at this point. I guess he could perhaps trample over. Oh, Ghost Quarters. Any chance he had, I think, just said goodbye.
Dave Winsauer,
Dude, I think he
giggling
just
like a little girl to himself.
Top decked that Ghost Quarter, I believe.
No, yeah, he would have had to because he took
in his hand before.
He took the other option when he was given that Fate Seal.
Because that would have been a pump for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That would have been game.
But no, because he had the Azorius Charm, so he would have been able to.
That's true.
All right, Alfred doing some combat math in his head here. Oh no, he's trying to figure out what turn it is. He is turn 3. So Douglas's next turn is his one turn to try and do it. If he can Rakdos return to the face, I will buy that man a Pepsi.
Why not a Coke?
Do we have Coke or Pepsi? I don't know. Whatever our brown caramel flavored beverage is, that man will be getting one.
Okay, here we go. Turn 4.
Swag
His
Tusk.
final turn. Does he just go for the draw and play a Thragtusk?
It's safer.
It is safer. I mean, he could play... I guess he could play, like, Underworld Connections, tap a land, hope to get a Rakdos return, and I don't even know if that's still enough damage. Yeah,
that's what I would do.
That could work.
Forget it. Go for as much as possible. We know 5 of the damage is going to be blocked.
That actually seems like a good idea. It does tie up 4 of his mana. But I think he's doing that. There it is.
Yeah. I think only 4 damage is going to get through anyway, because he can Azorius Charm 1, and he can
draw
block
Rakdos
the other.
return. Bonfire! Oh! But it's not miracled. If that was a miracled bonfire, that would have been game.
Doesn't matter. Do it. Because you're still getting 4 damage.
He'll get rid of the guy. Yeah, he should do it.
4 damage through, and he can bonfire
14.
for 1, 2, 3.
If he bonfires...
He can bonfire for 5. So, oh no, 5 and 9 would go through.
This is unbelievable. If he bonfires here, sweeps the board, and swings for exactly 14... Actually, bonfire will bring him below 14 anyway. Maybe he's worried about this keeping Syncopate up. Actually, he could Syncopate for
it doesn't matter, because it's your last turn. It's your last turn. You go for it.
Bonfire... Well, I guess maybe he wants to have Huntmaster men up. So he bonfires.
It's bonfiring for 2.
Well, he's got the Azorius Charm to bounce one of the cards, so he's got to make sure. Oh, he's going to draw. Terminate!
Oh! Oh my god!
What?
Again, I'd like to thank all my top deck heroes out there for making this game so good.
Unbelievable!
Oh my god!
How many times have we seen him? I think that's the 3rd Terminus that he just did that with.
I don't even know. No, because what was Entreat the Angels? So 2 Terminus, 1 Entreat the Angels.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Wow. So now he just goes into I'm going to try and draw mode. What a round.
And that's why you bonfire for all of it. That's why you bonfire for all of it. I'd like to thank all 112 or so of you who watched that moment with us, because that was spectacular.
That was spectacular.
That was spectacular. We were all sitting here on the edge of our seats just going, what's going to happen, what's going to happen, what's going to happen?
And that ended in a 1-1 draw, which could have gone either way. That was crazy.
Like I said, if you're on your turn and your turn 4, go for it. It doesn't matter if he has a Syncopate, because you don't have another turn to contemplate it anyway. Just go for it.
That is true. And for those of you just joining us, and I'm Adam Asher, here with Brittany Smith.
Hey, guys.
And you are watching South Florida Magic's Standard 1K. Thank you for watching. We will be doing our first giveaway of packs at the end of round 2. You just finished watching round 1, which was Jun versus Bant and Jun versus the Epic Experiment. So you got to see 2 games. That was a long round 1. Went to turns and everything. Wow.
I have a feeling we had 6 tables that were still playing by the time was called. So
Wow.
that's either 6 control decks floating out around there or the possibility of up to 11. Because it might have been 2 versus 2.
Well, if you guys want to know how you can join our packs giveaway, we'll be giving away packs of M13, 3 packs, 6 packs, 12 packs, and a full box. You can win multiple times.
Actually,
all you have to
doing
do,
3 packs twice.
Yes. You can win multiple times. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter at SFL Magic. So Twitter.
Right there below Adam.
Yep. Yeah, right there. No, there. There. So Twitter.
Somewhere.
It's Twitter at SFL Magic. And at the end of next round, we're going to ask you a little trivia question about what you've been watching. And then you're going to tweet hashtag GXC1K. That's hashtag GXC1K with the correct answer. And we'll choose one person at random and send you some packs of M13. And if you keep hanging in, those packs go from 3 to 6 to 12 to a full box. So make sure you know to follow us. Twitter and Twitch at SFL Magic. It looks like round 2 is about to begin.
I kind of hope that our win-a-box question is something deep, like what is the meaning of life?
13.
Like, make them work for it, M13.
M13.
Swag tusks.
Swag tusks. You guys could be winning some swag tusks at home.
Entirely possible. It was
only a rare. Yeah.
It was only a rare.
All right, and here's our new feature match. We'll be getting that shortly. Very cool, very cool. I wonder what it will be.
I'm curious to see how the pairings went. I kind of want to see if we can get a survey of the room later. See, what people are having hard times against, what seems very prevalent.
I guess we'll
see what's
know.
out there.
Yeah, what's at the top tables. We should get somebody out there on the field to tell us what's sitting at the top tables. Maybe after next round, because it's, I guess, a little early to know. But,
yeah, my biggest question for it is, are we still in that very control mid-rangey metagame? Or have people moved on to countering that yet in full force? Because we're kind of in that weird point.
I mean, we just watched John's mid-range twice. A combo deck and a control deck, so I don't know. It's still early.
Hits anybody's game except for Nate Fields.
And
right
those
now.
of you just watching our stream for the first time, we do appreciate it. If you are enjoying it, follow us. Hit the little follow button. We do Legacy every Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be bringing you more 1Ks every month or so. And it's always a fun time hanging out with us. We do giveaways, and we like to have fun. So
we like to party.
we like to party.
Ain't no party like a Thrag Test party, because a Thrag Test party does not
Means
allow you to
life.
get to 0 life. Like I said, I love that phrase. A real bro brings life to the party and never lets a homie leave alone.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, that was a long round 1.
I didn't realize we were going to be having that much excitement
That
the
was
first
crazy.
hour into it.
It was crazy. How many miracles did we see go off?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
I
don't know, it's just things like that make me realize. I know I was saying people shouldn't overextend earlier, but if you're in turns, guys, overextend. If you're turn 4, you know it's not going to go off anyway, so you might as well just go,
It was
pardon
just
the expression,
unbelievable.
balls to the wall
It was
on
just
it. Go for
unbelievable.
the biggest alpha strike you can.
It was unbelievable, though. Junt had the win. The only out for band control was to flashback think twice in hopes of a miracle, or cycle a miracle. And that's exactly what happened. He's like, well, I lose unless I top deck Terminus. And that's exactly what happened. Unbelievable.
Actually,
Or I guess Entreat the Angels would be okay, too, because he'd have blockers.
no, I think he had one more out because he could have put one of the blockers on top. He only lost 2 life, remember. If he had went all in with that bonfire, then he would have been dead in the water. But since he didn't go all in, he only dealt 2 damage to him. If he had cycled the one of the attackers on top and blocked one of the Thragtusk on the ground, you would have only had 4 damage coming in from the Aristocrat.
I suppose.
That's the great thing about Magic. There's so many different combinations and what ifs and what can this do. Yeah.
That's what makes the game great.
It's crazy.
That's why we watch to get better. We play to get better. You know,
But
and we have a fun
live
time
to get
doing
better.
it.
Adam looks like extremely photogenic guy. They're calling you handsome.
Oh man.
Adam taking our top prize as the most Jake Gyllenhaal looking South Florida Magic member we have on the team.
I don't know why everybody says that, but
I don't know. After that guy said on Halloween, I loved you and Donnie Darko, I lost it. Oh, somebody needs to do that. A Dark Confidant altar with Donnie Darko and then just make the Confidant have little bunny ears on him.
that would be cool. That bunny's freaky. The Donnie Darko bunny. It scared me. I was scared.
Well, it's a good thing you were in the movie and knew it wasn't real.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I get paid the big bucks.
What are you playing in Standard right now? Are you
I'm
playing
playing
Standard right now?
I'm playing Jund, and I'm thinking about making a blue-red-white deck with Thundermaw, Hellkite, and Jace. America, yeah. That's what I'm thinking about.
Because America wins. Isn't that right, Jared?
Yeah.
America wins.
You're done.
I don't know. I just think Thundermaw Hellkite's a really strong card right now in Standard because of the haste. It's a Planeswalker killer. And then Jace is also really strong. So couple those two together, and you're in good shape. White for the Miracles, and Resto Angel perhaps. So I don't know what the brew is yet, but
I'm
gonna work
upset
on one. Why are
that
you
Dave
upset?
didn't get Dragon Stompy to work.
Oh.
I really wanted Dragon Stompy to work because it just would have been funny. But fortunately it didn't get off the ground yet, but there's still Gate Crash. We'll do it, Mono Red Dragon Stompy. We can make this work.
Good luck. Oh,
So let's see what we have coming up.
So it is...
Apparently the deck's designer was Angel of Serenity. She became sentient and made a magic deck based around her.
Oh, we have a Frights deck versus Esper Control. I have to root for Esper Control. It's John Carr playing Esper Control versus
Lewis Laskin,
playing Frights.
who Lewis
Or
was...
Frightzen. Why is it called Frightzen?
Fritzen? I
Fritzen.
don't know. Lewis was actually listed as one of the deck designers on the last blue-white control deck we just watched.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Cool.
A little tidbit of information
Look, he's
for
playing... Let's see what version he's playing. He's playing the Life Gain version with the main board Centaur Healers.
you. In all fairness, John Carr has Boba
Lewis?
Fett on his...
I've been informed that
Thanks.
Lewis is is on the Pro Tour, so I guess he
Oh.
could be considered the favorite. So now
I like his,
I like Esper Control, so let's see what happens.
I like his Is It pants he's wearing.
You have to play, right now if you're playing Esper, you gotta play, Evolving Wilds, and I definitely appreciate the, FNM promo Evolving Wilds.
Alright, Mr. Pro Tour, let's see what you can do. I don't know. I don't know if we judge him more harshly, or if we should nitpick him, or just let him be.
I think we should just let him be.
Whispered words of wisdom. Angel of Serenity.
So in this
Serenity,
Esper
Serenity.
Control deck, he's got 4 Azorius Charms, Ultimate Price, Cyclonic Rift, Dissipate, 1 Terminus, 4 Lingering Souls, 2 Forbidden Alchemy. You know me, I'd be playing more than that. 3 Supreme Verdicts, Tension Spears, 4 Jace, 2 Sorin, 2 Tameo. Cool list, I like it. Vault of the Archangel, the Drown Yard, I guess that's probably for Control Mirrors.
Do you feel that John Carr spread a little bit too thin?
Not really for a list like this. I mean, he just wants lots of removal, control, and then kill. Actually,
What's really
the
the
Drown
kill,
Yard
though?
could be really good against Frights because Lewis is going to be milling himself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Drown Yard can finish the job. It's happened to me when I played Frights on one of the game days. Let's see. He's got Faithless Looting in his hand, so I guess that's what he's going to start with.
Mhm.
Foil.
Ooh.
Got to appreciate that. Draws a Dreadborn, a land. I think he's going to want to discard that Angel.
Yeah, get Angel in the graveyard. As far as he knows right now, John Carr does not have a way to deal with the graveyard, and it honestly looks like he really doesn't.
And if John Carr did not know what his opponent was playing, I think he knows now.
Mm-hmm.
And places third land, takes 2 for it. I'm not sure if he has a Centaur Healer in his hand. What's he doing here? End of turn Forbidden Alchemy? I like it. Another F&M promo, very cool.
We got some serious business on the floor.
Yeah, I love that artwork. And can't really see what's in there, but he gets to keep one of the 4 cards. The 3 go to the graveyard, but Lingering Souls is a great one to put there. Because then that's just value. Does he have Snapcaster Mages in his list?
I did not see any.
None in the list, so. Alright, well, we'll see what happens. Dreadbore seems very good for Lewis.
Oh, we see another Witchbane Orb being played by John Carr in the sideboard. Slowly but surely, it's coming back.
And Jace Memory Adapt, that's probably going to come in the next games. Okay,
I
so he
love
plays
the
Jace, Factor
two-creamer.
Fiction. Land, Azorius Charm, so I guess he's getting an Azorius Charm. Unless he really needs those lands. I don't think he does, though. Oh, he does. Okay, Azorius Charm, bye-bye. Take the land.
Now, what kind of message does that send to your
Grizzly
opponent?
Salvage. Unbelievable card.
Ugh.
5, he gets to pick a land or a creature, so he's going to pick... Looks like he picked the Thragtusk, I believe.
You always pick the fact. It doesn't matter what it
hard
is.
cast it. Yeah, he took the Thragtusk, drew a Farseek. So he could
You
just...
just drop the land and...
So he paid the life and gonna gain the life. So now he's probably at 21 with the Thragtusk in play. Pretty good board state. Maybe one of the extra lands so he could start flashing back Forbidden Alchemy. He already has an Azorius Charm in his hand.
You can see a big difference, too, in the body language of these two players. John has been very serious, but you can tell he seems a little more unsure about his decisions. Lewis, though, he's been not carefree, but he's been very calculated.
I suppose.
Calculated
It
is
looks
a good
like
word.
they're both on their game. I don't know. Because sometimes there's players played in larger events, and then you have that assumption, but
Hey,
I don't know.
bluffing is a part of Magic.
Yes, exactly. So he's going to plus up Jace, because he can't minus. Minus Jace is -3, I believe. So he can't do his Factor Fiction. Plays his Evolving Wilds. Not really sure what he could do. He could flashback. No, he does no black source of mana, so he can't flashback Lingering Souls, so Jace is going to die. Unless he's got... He could...
No, he does have
Azorius
a
Charm.
black source. Isn't
Does
that an
he?
isolated chapel there?
No, I think it's a Vault of the Archangel. and
Nope,
a
Vault's
Hollowed
on
Fountain.
top.
Oh, it is an isolated chapel. You're right. So he goes Azorius Charm, back on top.
Boop.
Which is still value. Because now he's just going to gain 5 life and get a beast. But he does save his Jace. Which is big. Dreadbore Jace. Okay. That happens. Dreadbore again.
One way
Great
or
card.
another.
You know what I like about the new Fright Stack versus the older Standard is that in the newer Fright Stack, you could really just hard cast a lot of the cards. You don't rely so much on Unburial Rites. So he's going to flash back Forbidden Alchemy. He gets another Thragtusk. I know he's looking for Unburial Rites, but again, like I was just saying, you don't rely so heavily on it. And it looks like in one turn he can hard cast Angel of Serenity. Probably doesn't want to because he has no permanents to get rid of. But he's got another... Or wait, we knew he already was going to draw the Thragtusk, that's right. But he could go Centaur Healer and Thragtusk, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, the new Fright stack isn't so dependent anymore on, I hope I get my combo. It's, oh, if I can get this out a couple turns early, cool.
Yep.
If not, I'm ramping up for it anyway.
Exactly.
I feel that the type of mana base that, like, say, Epic Experiment is running can be so applicable to so many different kinds of decks. Big creatures aren't out of the realm of
So many
plausibility.
foil lands. I'm just drooling right now. I love doing foil lands. Okay, so 3. Centaur Healer. Foiled. Game 3.
I think it's safe to
So
assume
he's-
that everything Lewis is going to have is probably going to be foil.
Oh, that's not...
Almost
maybe.
everything.
I mean, John Carr's got all the cool F&M promos, which I really like myself. This month it's Pillar of Flame. So at the end of this round, we're actually going to be doing our first pack giveaway for 3 packs of M13. So make sure you're following us on Twitter at SFL Magic. Alright, Jace again. So good.
Alright, we're plussing that.
So Jace won't die. He'll go to 1 with an attack, if he decides to attack him, which he does.
By this point in time, I think he might just be using Jace as bait.
Yeah.
He was at 5. Is Centaur Healer a 2-2?
How do you win M13 packs? First, you're going to follow SFL Magic on Twitter. So that's the first thing you do, is follow South Florida Magic, which is at SFL Magic on Twitter. And then at the end of this round, we're going to be asking a trivia question. And then you're going to respond to that at SFL Magic on Twitter with hashtag GXE, the number 1K, with the answer. And one person will be picked at random. And then we'll PM that person with details on how to receive their prize. And as the tournament keeps continuing, we will be giving away more and more packs. So remember, follow us, SFL Magic, on Twitter. Mulch. So Jace is dead. He's mulching. Hits 2 on barrel rights. Very good.
But now there's no Faithless Looting to stick the
A lot of foil
Serenity
cards
in there.
this round. A lot of foils. Both of those on barrel rights were foils. A lot of foil lands on both sides of the deck. I think John might be playing Miracles based on the way he drew that card. John is playing 1 Terminus. 1 Terminus.
Yep.
Alright, another Jace. And there's a judge question. So he's on this feature match. Alright,
Well, I'm not a judge yet, so.
So we'll see what's about to happen. So fact or fiction, though. Ooh, I would take the Drown Yard in the land. Yep, he sure does, because he can get on that mill plan. But you got to be careful because you're going to be milling him, which kind of helps him. But on the other side, you're also milling him, helping him get to some more of his threats. Attack for 6. Probably 3 at Jace, 3 at John. We'll have that confirmed in a moment. Still holding the Angel of Serenity. No need to cast it. No permanents to get rid of. Looks like he's gonna flash.
Well, no, remember, because he can grab from the graveyard as well.
That's true.
He can
So
recycle his
good.
own creatures.
Yeah, like Thragtusk, which I think he might be doing right now. Yep, he's flashing back on barrel rights to get back Angel of Serenity.
And
which
he
is
can
also
bounce a
beater.
Centaur Healer, yeah.
And that's it. Hey, that's a 5/6 flying creature. That does work.
And the utility is, okay, kill her, but at
Alright,
least
he
I will
mills
gain 3 more
2.
life.
He milled, I think, a Thragtusk and a Sun Petal Grove. Draw. Draws, I think, his own Thragtusk. Either that or Garrick. No. What am I saying? No Garrick. There's no green in this deck. Okay. What is John gonna do? He needs to do something.
I don't really know.
Oh, he's got a Sorin in his hand. I don't know what that's exactly gonna do.
Not
You
too
can make a
much.
lifelink token or make an emblem.
His tokens don't have flying, though, do
No,
they?
they do not. So he makes a lifelink token, maybe to block the beast, gain a life, offset a little bit of the damage, or protect his Sorin.
I was going to say, literally a little bit of the damage.
Yeah. Lewis draws another Faithless Looting. Looks like a Farn. Foil Dreadbore. Well, lots of foils this round.
I think I sold my foil Dreadbore at States for like $10.
Yeah, it's
Cash.
good. $10 cash. Alright, Dreadbore's the Sorin. Does he have the counter for it? No.
Nope.
He is holding Terminus in his hand.
I don't
I
know.
believe he's holding Terminus in his hand.
I like John's deck, but I think it's a little too all over the place. I don't like that it's running so many
He does
1
have
and
a
2
lot of
O's.
1 and 2 O's, yes.
I think a little more direction. The sideboard gives
Ooh.
him more direction.
Ultimate
but-
price. I mean, he does just get back his Centaur healer, though.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does he want to block or just take 3? I'm not sure.
And he can just unbarrel, right? It's got one right back,
Right, yeah.
grab his Thrag Tusk, put it
Yeah.
under.
Plays another Thrag Tusk. Gain 5. Lewis is at 29. It's an uphill battle at this point. At this point, John can start flashing back his Lingering Souls and Forbidden Alchemy.
He has the Lingering Souls, he has the Forbidden Alchemy available to him. But he's only running 2 of each, or 4 Lingering Souls?
Something that. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because the other one's too old now. Flashes back Lingering Souls, get some tokens into play. Probably going to be using them as chump blockers, but he can activate the vault to give them lifelink and death touch, which is awesome. Draws Olivia? Is that what I just saw? Yes, Olivia. I don't even know that answer. Something with the round. So Olivia is real good right now. He just pinged away both of those. Now Olivia's a 5/5 flying. I like this. Oh, I keep saying it. Okay.
Alright. Some calamity going on. It's nice to hear everyone happy out there. No one's killed each other yet.
No, just what happened a lot. So is that an attack with the vampire? Guess so. Guess he knows it's going to die anyway, so he might as well attack.
Gonna do this on my terms.
Yep.
Alright, nope, he attacked because of the Terminus.
Well, he definitely needed that Terminus. Still leaves the Beast token up, which is why Thragtusk is just so good.
Mm-hmm.
As the Angel of Serenity is back up in his hand.
John running on an empty
I think he's
hand.
flashing back. No,
Lingering
Souls. Okay, so did he just play it and flash it back?
He couldn't have because of the Terminus.
So he just drew another Faithless Looting. Another foil to Faithless Looting. Very cool.
That isolated chapel's
Is
going for a
almost
ride.
every one of his lands foiled? It's so cool.
Right, he's picking targets right now.
Angel. Puts the Thragtusk under the Angel. I like it.
Got rid of 2 of the spirit tokens in one shot. I don't know, it's probably just me, but I think that Cloud Shift would serve a good purpose in this Frights deck.
I like it. That's the point. It's supposed to be. So he replays his Centaur healer, bringing him to 30 life. More threats on the board. Okay, something we can... Fact or fiction? Land. Supreme verdict. Land. So I guess he's getting the supreme verdict here. Which again
but then
is
that's
good.
going to get the thrag test right back to Lewis.
Right back.
John running out of cards. Lewis isn't looking too hot either, and plenty of cards left in the library,
Yeah,
but...
maybe the drown yard could do work. I don't know. It's risky both ways. Does he want to attack? Yeah, I guess so, because I guess he's just going to terminus, or supreme verdict at the end of the turn anyway. Bring him to 29. Still holding that Angel of Serenity in hand.
He's probably hoping Lewis would play into something like... Well, no, it's not possible now because he only has the one in hand. Never mind.
Maybe he wants...
I thought he might have two in hand.
Is he going to activate the vault? To give it lifelink? No. Yeah, because he blocked. Okay. So John will go up to 7. Grizzlebrand,
Ooh.
which is, I believe, hard castable.
Nope, they just put it in the graveyard.
Oh, because
Bring it back.
He's got the Unburial Rights anyway, correct?
Mm-hmm. I believe he has one more left.
1, 2, 3. Oh, flashes back Lingering Souls. Oh, he's running Cavern of Souls as well.
He got a Cavern, and is that another Faithless?
No, that's a Rolling Trumbar.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Jace down. Jace down.
Jace down. Jace down. Swing for 6, bringing John to 1, I believe. 4.
Yeah, because both had the -1 ability on him.
All right, untap. Big turn here. Come on, John. What you got?
He already played his Terminus, so we know that's out. Now, we've been here so long. We're still on game 1, aren't we?
This is game 1.
Yeah. 27 minutes left to run.
Which is, unusual. Fright stacks can be very fast.
Yeah.
But again,
I think
like
this
the
one's a
newer
little more
versions,
stable.
Yep, because of the life gain and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think stability is what you need in the format right now.
It follows that old phrase, you can have things quick, you can have things cheap, or you can have things right. I think Lewis chose right.
Alright, so he's going to flash back. Faithlessly? Yep. Draw 2, Rolling Treblar, and Unburial Rights. So he'll probably pitch the Unburial Rights and... No, the Faithlessly. At this point, he could just hard cast Unburial Rights and get two cards out of it.
Yeah, if he gets one more land down,
Lewis
I believe.
is at 35. John Carr's at 1. Is there a way that John can win this game besides just milling him?
Nope.
Is that it? There's just no way, huh?
Like I said, I think the deck's a little too all over the place.
Yeah, it's interesting he's running Soren. Soren's becoming more and more popular in the format, I think, especially once Gaze Crash comes out. I think Soren is going to become real big. So if you guys want to get Soren before it rockets in price, now's the time. Because I think it really is a good Planeswalker. Flashback Forbidden Alchemy. I love doing that. But what is he looking for? That's the question. Another board wipe, perhaps? But then he still gets a 3/3 Beast token.
At this point in time, you just have to hope that you pull a Lingering Souls.
Yeah, you're right.
Have 2 chumps.
That's what he needs, is Lingering Souls. Yep.
Ask and you shall receive.
That's what he needs, because he just needs to block. But at this point, is it better to just scoop to go to the next round so it doesn't end in a draw? Okay, there we go. So Lewis takes the first game. Frights wins. For those of you just joining us, Adam.
Brittany.
That was Frights versus Esper Control, Lewis versus John Carr. As you can see, the deck lists on your right-hand side of the screen. Frights took game 1. What do you think we should do? Let's start with Frights.
All right, looking at Lewis's side of the board, I think the one of Rakdos return definitely in. Try and get a little bit of a quicker kill out there. You know he didn't have very many threats in hand. Get rid of all of them, swing in for the clean kill.
I would agree.
I'd say maybe even take out one Centaur healer from his main board instead of putting another one in.
He doesn't really need it. And I like Olivia because he's playing a lot of tokens, and Olivia can just blow them all up.
Yep.
You know, he doesn't really need those beast creatures. He can just blow them up. Also, Rolling Trembler is pretty good, or Pillar. Pillar's not that great because it's sorcery speed.
Yeah.
But Rolling Trembler is good in case he does get an overwhelming amount of tokens.
Yeah, I do like the Purify the Grave because you saw all his draw engines were able to be flashed back except for the Azorius Charm.
Does Duress have any targets that are good? I guess so. He can Duress
mostly
out.
Everything. There's not really any
Dissipate,
creatures.
Psychotic Rift, Ultimate. Yeah, I think the Duresses will probably both come in as well. And then he can take out, like you said, probably a Centaur Healer.
I'd say a Centaur Healer or 2. There weren't very much.
A Dreadbore doesn't seem very... Well, actually, no, Dreadbore's great.
Yeah,
he's
get
got
that in.
Yeah, because he's got the... maybe the Pillar of Flames out. Because I think the board sweeps are better for him. So the Pillar of Flames can come out, and maybe a Farseek, and maybe... that's about it.
Alright, looking at John's side of the board, definitely that Terminus needs to be in.
Agreed.
You can't leave that out anymore.
I think Sever the Bloodline as well, because then he can't unbarrel rights his creature back, because it's exiled.
Yep. I also think the 2 Cremates are going to be fantastic. Cantrip and exile a card from a graveyard.
Yeah. Jace Memory Adapt, mill 10. That could be a game winner.
That's a slippery slope. He needs to be able to bring in enough exile from the graveyard in order to be able to keep up with giving him so many graveyard options.
I would agree.
You don't want to give him his entire deck and then say, well, you can have all of it, I guess. You want to say, here's your deck except for the pieces that you need.
Yeah, I would agree. Maybe, yeah. I think I like Jace. It just needs to be played very timely.
Yeah.
Dissipate seems very good as well.
I mean, you're talking to someone. You don't have to say I love Jace to me because you're talking to someone.
Dissipate's really good because when he casts his Thragtons, he can just exile it. He won't get any value off of it, and he'll never be able to bring it back, whether it's through Unburial Rights or the Angel of Serenity. Cards that he can take out.
Keep the ultimate price.
Yeah, the ultimate price is real great. Doesn't have a lot of multicolored creatures. Sorin, Lord of Innistrad didn't seem too great, but perhaps.
I mean, it provides chump blockers, which are okay, but those tokens don't have flying, and his biggest threat was Angel of Serenity.
What do you think about Detention Sphere?
I like Detention Sphere. I think, though, that Lewis played like he's very used to having to play around it.
Yeah, he definitely held his threats high. Psychotic Rift seems very good. I mean, he could maybe afford to cut an Azorius Charm.
I would say no.
He's probably going to bring in another Drown Yard as well.
Yeah, I would say keep in the...
And there we go. We're in. So they both kept their hands. And we'll see if any of our predictions come true.
Yeah, I think John should have kept in the Azorius Charms just because it puts blocker on top of the library.
Yeah.
It gives him a turn in essence. Well, 2 turns actually, because
a mulch. Turn 2 mulch is great with Frights.
And another mulch.
So he keeps the lance, and he got Faithless Looting out of it, which is great.
Ooh, Faithless Looting, another mulch. 2 mulch in the graveyard now, Faithless Looting, and an Angel of Serenity. That is exactly where Lewis wants to be.
And he cycles his Azorius trying to draw an extra card. Oh no!
I would have saved it.
Oh no!
There's
John Carr just missed his land drop.